From Phoenix, Arizona, players and fans alike are enjoying the luxury of the closed booth and air conditioning. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the LA Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Goldschmidt and Gonzalez slug it out right after this. Patrick Corbin gets the start for Arizona in this one. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, one of the anomalies of this season, he has just not pitched well at home. Really struggled all season long.
Chase Utley strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Leading up tonight for the Dodgers, second baseman, number 26.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight.
First pitch, 5-10.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch. And they had him fooled pretty good on that one.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Now a swing and a miss on the fastball, then the leadoff man is set down here for the first out of the evening. The chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, I'm looking forward to watching Adrian Gonzalez. He's been producing like an MVP candidate lately, driving in over 15 runs in the last 10 ball games.
Corey Seager will stand in, and he's having a great season so far, currently 5th in the National League in home runs.
Well, he may still be on the young side, but he's got plenty of pop in that bat. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to do in his prime.
First pitch of the at-bat. A fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1-0. And speaking of the National League's home run leaders, there they are on your screen. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, we might see a couple of double takes from hitters on pitches down at the knees, maybe even below the zone. Sometimes he tends to reward guys that work down.
Helping him out here as he swings and misses to fall behind a ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-seamer right by him for the second out. With a moment now, let's bring in a look at the defensive alignment for the Diamondbacks. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what's the word?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Justin Turner gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Drilled right back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Oh, my goodness, this guy is really starting to heat up now. That's 8 straight games with a base hit. He's been fun to watch.
Adrian Gonzalez will stand in as he'll enter play 4th in the National League batting race.
Well, he's going through a stretch right now where he's hitting over 350 in his last 10 games, and that's the reason why his season average is so good right now.
That tails back over strike 1. There you see the league leaders in hitting we touched on a moment ago. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
A runner on first with 2 away. Hit sharply on the ground. Segura has it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and his side is retired. 1 left for L.A. Dodgers nothing. Diamondbacks coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Brandon McCarthy will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. EK, what's the word on him?
Yeah, Matty. He got the ball club to win in his last outing, but he did only throw 6 innings. They'll take it, but they'd like to see him go a little deeper.
A.J. Pollock comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading
first.
off for the Diamondbacks, number 11, center fielder A.J. Pollock.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Eric, you look at your former employers, the Dodgers, as they enter play here tonight. They've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
And they've upped that lead in the division even further. They've put some serious distance between them and the rest of the pack, so they're well on their way to playing October baseball.
Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will work back a little bit towards righties, like that one did right there.
Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning. And now here's a look at the Diamondbacks starting lineup. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, you've really got to appreciate the incredible talent of Paul Goldschmidt. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now at the plate.
Gene Segura will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, kind of more of the same for him, guys. I mean, you can see that he's not sporting the strongest batting average this year.
And here's the ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Now that we have a chance, let's check out how the Dodgers will align themselves defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, they have the best fielding percentage in all of Major League Baseball. They catch a ball as well as anybody. When you're doing that, you really help out your pitching staff. Can't wait to watch this one.
Paul Goldschmidt will stand in now as the National League's leading hitter entering play.
And you know, guys, it's the middle of the summer now, and he's putting together a great season. I just love the way he's been swinging it all year.
McCarthy looks in. First pitch on the way. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
Well, you saw it right there. He's got a good fastball, but it's not overpowering by any means. So it's all about location and then mixing pitch speeds for him.
Tap foul at home plate. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Diamondbacks. We've played an inning. No score. Yasmani Grandal will get his first opportunity
Leading
now.
off for the
14
Dodgers,
home runs to his credit so far this year.
Yasmani Grandal.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
And this is what you like to see, especially coming off of a loss in his last start. These first couple innings, he's coming right after guys.
To third. Lamb takes it in. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Batting sixth, left fielder, Howie Kendrick.
Howie Kendrick will stand in now, and you can see the splits on your screen. He's been exceptionally good against left-handed pitching to this point. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. No score here as we play inning number 2. Ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Line toward the gap in left center. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
You talk about getting the bat head out in front. This is rifled up the middle. Can't square up a baseball any better than that.
Yasiel Puig will stand in, and you see what he's done over the past 4 games, as hot as they come. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Runners on first with 1 down. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2
ball,
strikes.
2 strikes.
Now this is foul tipped right into the catcher's glove as he holds on to preserve the strikeout, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, a lot of lefties like to throw that slider
Center
down
fielder.
into right-handed hitters, especially with 2 strikes. He knows he's got to protect, but that's a very tough location there.
Stepping in now, Zach Walters. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
2 out with the man at first. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. All away here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy. Get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. After it is Peralta. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Dodgers leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. David Peralta will stand in, hoping to turn things around from the loss last night. He was 0 for 4 in that ball game.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Kendrick giving chase and taken in out there for the first out.
You see this ball start slicing away from him toward the end here, but he winds up staying right with it and running it down.
Jake Lamb standing in now. Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike one. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 6 home runs and 34 driven in. McCarthy steps into his windup. Here it is on 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Bottom of the second here with no score. Just a touch outside. 1-2.
1-2.
Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline. Played on the backhand.
Out.
And Gonzalez takes this one over to first himself for the out.
Batting 6th, catcher, Wellington Castillo.
Wellington Castillo gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chopped foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Frozen on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More from the show. Saturday baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Brandon McCarthy set to lead off the third. 9-1-2 due up.
Well, you know it's always a tough inning when your pitcher leads off for you, because most of the time the guys just flat out can't hit. But who knows? Maybe he can get something started here and help himself out.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Lined hard toward right center. And they'll start this inning off with a base hit as that one's through.
Boy, and just when you think you're all set up with the pitcher leading off an inning, this happens. Just goes to show you, you take anyone for granted up there, they can come back and hurt you.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and making his way in is the second baseman Chase Utley. And that misses ball 1.
1-0.
Nobody out, runner on first. That misses 2-0.
And now with a 2-0 count, both pitches have been in. This might be where you say, all right, I'm going to let it fly if this next one's middle away.
hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Pollock giving chase. One down.
The batter, number
A reminder
5,
that Dodger baseball
shortstop,
continues all
Corey
season long here on the
Seager.
show. There you get a look at what's coming up over the course of the next 7 days. Now at the plate, Corey Seager. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Belted high in the air out to left. Tomas going back. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Justin Turner.
Justin Turner will dig in. He singled his first time around.
And I think we mentioned it already, but that extended his hitting streak. Swinging a hot bat right now.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Third inning, no score to this point. Hard hit ball to second. There's Segura. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one man left aboard. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0. Yasmani Tomas will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to
Leading
start
off
the
for the
home
Diamondbacks.
third.
And they're still
Left
searching
fielder,
for a base runner. It's been 6
Yasmani
up, 6 down to start the game.
To short, hit hard. To his left, Seager. Throw on to first, in time, one away.
And as we showed you in the
Batting
open,
eighth,
he's out there putting
the
his perfect
shortstop,
record on the line. And
Phil
so far, these guys
Gosselin.
haven't shown many signs that they're ready to put a 1 in that loss column.
Phil Gosselin will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. And McCarthy able to get ahead of him here with the fastball. It's 0-1.
Another good job of getting ahead here. He just seems so locked in right now.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. McCarthy gets the sign. Here's the 0-2. And this is hit hard up the middle. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone here in the home third.
Yeah, both these
Batting
two
ninth.
starters are matching each
Pitcher.
other in the early innings, stride for stride. He's an
Corbin.
out away now from a 1-2-3 bottom of the third.
Patrick Corbin will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Oh, and he's finding his groove out there now. It's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Back to 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Chopped foul over towards the dugout. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Boy, you have got to make this guy swing the bat here on this next pitch. This is not the guy you want to lose.
A little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. And he is in the scoring position at second with their first hit, a 2-out double.
Center fielder.
Yeah, no hesitation there as we train our camera directly on him. But once this gets down the line, he's thinking 2 right out of the box, and he's able to beat the throw into second and leg out a double.
A.J. Pollock will stand in here. He was set down on strikes to start the home first. First pitch on its way. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a liner. Foul. 2 out here and a runner at second. He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
And now what do you go with here on the 1-2 count? I got a feeling that this one won't be in the strike zone either.
Ready on 1-2. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2.
And this guy's not hitting over 300 by accident. He's got a very good knowledge of the strike zone, and he knows when to lay off.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Adrian Gonzalez is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Absolutely nothing going on in this game so far, so we'll see if the leadoff man can get something going.
And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning, 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here it comes, 0-2. And that's swung on and missed, so Adrian's a strikeout victim here, and there's one away.
And this is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And it's a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And that is through into right field for a single.
Well, a lot of switch hitters like to use the whole field. And this guy's no different. And he just sprays this thing the other way, and he's got himself a 1-out single.
Here's Howie Kendrick as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A pause and the 0-2. And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. No runs, 4 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. Line drive to center field. In there, a base hit.
Just amazing what this guy's done with the bat this year. I mean, even when he's in a 2-strike hole, he still finds a way to come through.
Yasiel Puig is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometime.
Hot shot on the ground is short, and that's through for a base hit. Throw comes in quickly here, and that'll prevent the runner at third from testing things here.
Well, that's 3 hits for him now after the leadoff guy was retired. Well, now the bases are loaded here as they try to cash in.
Zach Walters will dig in here with the bases loaded now, and their best opportunity yet to get on the board.
And they've had a few chances and come up empty, so they can't let this one get away from them.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. A 1 pitch on its way. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
Goes the other way and sends it deep down the right field line. Peralta sprinting after it. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
Now, I'll tell you what, guys, he did not miss a grand slam by a whole lot. He'll wind up getting the sacrifice fly in the RBI, but you see just how close this ball came to getting out of here.
Brandon McCarthy will get a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you've got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control, 0-2.
And you can't make this easy on him right here. At least make some contact and force him to make a play.
That misses, 1-2. Lofted in the air out to right field. Peralta is under it. And the inning is over. Only one in the inning here for the guys in blue. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Gene Segura is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Ball 1.
Whoa.
In there, 1-1. That's in there on the outer half, 1-2 now.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
And he lays off it to even the count, 2-2. McCarthy's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Kendrick has it in his tracks. 1 out.
The first baseman,
Third and final game of this 3-game set comes your way Sunday
Smith.
afternoon. That's tomorrow as you see the pitchers scheduled to take the mound in the series finale. Paul Goldschmidt comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Yeah, and he went down in flames, too. Got him on just 3 pitches.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
And you know what, guys? I have been really impressed so far. Not only has he used his fastball well, but he's also spotted it well. I mean, that is perfect location right on the knees.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Here it comes on 0-2. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. 0-2, here it comes. Drilled to the left side. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Well, that base hit is going to get his hit streak to 6 games now, so he's swinging it.
David Peralta.
Coming to the plate now, David Peralta. He flew out in his last at-bat. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Boy, we're well into this ball game now, and he's thrown 70% first pitch strikes to all the hitters he's faced. And when you can get ahead, your results are going to turn out well.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And they may have found a location that they like right here. 2 different pitches, both taken on the inside corner. And now they can go just about anywhere they want.
Now a chopper to first, might only get one. Reined in. The second for one, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out.
Well, this is a
Now
much
batting,
easier play for a
third
left-handed
baseman.
first baseman to make,
Jake
especially when you're
Lamb.
charging in like that. He doesn't have to turn his back to the play, so he gets a good gauge on whether he still has time or not, and he's able to fire on to second base in time to get that force out.
Jake Lamb standing in now. Now a check swing, but it's strike one anyway, says the home plate umpire.
Now you've got the tying run over at first. 2 away. He's going to be looking to try and find a gap right here and bring that guy all the way around to score.
Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, he wanted that one. Probably should have got it, too.
A runner on first with 2 away. No contact there, and it's 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Right 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 left for Arizona. They trail this one 1-0. Chase Utley will stand in now. He struck out and flied out 0 for 2 thus far.
Chase Utley.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a swing and little pop-up here right behind home plate. The 0-1 pitch. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Another one sent foul. On the ground up the middle. Segura to his left. He's there. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. And he takes ball 1. 1 run, 6 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
Yeah, he's getting some good run on that 2-seamer. It's moving better than it was even a few innings ago. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
This is where the scouting report really pays off. I mean, sometimes you just got to go looking for a soft spot in the guy's zone, and they found one there.
Standing in now, Justin Turner. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Two out, nobody on. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball one. Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Such a tough pitch to lay off there. The two-seamer working away with 2 strikes, but he lets it go. Maybe just because he knew he couldn't hit it.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. So nothing happening this time around. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Wellington Castillo will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's just working east and west here. He'll be fine if he just stays out of the middle.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out, 1 away. So still nothing against him on the scoreboard here in the 5th as we check out the league leaderboard for team ERA.
Yeah, and there you see where they rank in that stat category. And it's always nice to know that whoever steps on the bump for you, you're going to have a chance to win. A lot of teams are envious of that stat, and these pitchers, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've accomplished so far.
First offering on its way. Yasmani Tomas stands in as he looks at a called strike. 1 out, nobody on. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Hit to short. Seager is right there. Throw on to Gonzalez, and that's out number 2.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the shortstop, Phil Gosselin.
At the plate, Phil Gosselin. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2.
Yeah, one pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out to be a night off for the bullpen.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Diamondbacks down in order. They still trail 1-0. Adrian Gonzalez will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the one run. That's it.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Bounced weakly near the plate. Castillo has it. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Up next for the Dodgers.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Yasmani Grandal will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Well, for that man right there, only the 1 run allowed. How discouraging is that when you're pitching your heart out and you're just not getting the support?
Well, the good pitchers really don't let it get to them. They know that it cuts both ways. Sometimes you give up 5 runs and your guys score you 8. You just have to focus on holding up your end of the bargain.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a liner, but foul. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Tried to shoot the corner, and he missed it. 2-2.
And this is where he gets so tough. He's seen everything you've got, but you've still got to make one more good pitch to get him out.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
So many times pitchers will get ahead and they'll start to mess around, and the next thing you know, it's a full count like it is here.
High fly ball out to deep right field. Looking up is Peralta. Gone! A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 15 for him thus far. And the Dodgers move in front now 2-0.
Boy, I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe you get away with that to a 220 hitting backup catcher, but not to a guy like this.
And now some action in that Arizona bullpen as it looks like they'll have both a lefty and a righty up to throw. Howie Kendrick comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
And now with that pitch count getting up there just a little bit, you can see that some of these pitches are missing just a little farther away than they were earlier.
There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
That's a ball.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
Keep in mind now, the longer this at-bat goes, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning out there.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
And you can see the reaction of the mound. He's saying there is no way that pitch was outside. It's a call I've got to have. Got to put that behind you, though, and move on.
Yasiel Puig steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Hit hard to short. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his 2nd base hit of the game.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with 1 away.
Now the Diamondback skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision. Andrew Chafin will come on to make his 40th appearance this season.
Number 40, Andrew Chafin.
Into the box now, Zach Walters, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over, and he's able to jump ahead.
Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul. Oh, and 2, here it is. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
This is line to left. Tomas is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the 2nd out.
And this one could have been big trouble here, but this carries out there just far enough to find the outfielder's glove. And that means that both runners, neither of whom were running on contact, are forced to head back to where they started.
In now, Brandon McCarthy, as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball one. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while. And when he does, you can forget it.
And this is going to be a foul ball. 2 down, runners at first and second. Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Well, he might have just said, look, you're going to have to take this one because you ain't fouling that one off.
Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
And now, whatever pitch he feels most comfortable with, that's the pitch he needs to throw right here, because he cannot afford to put this one out of the strike zone.
He struck him out, and it could have been worse. The inning over with only a run coming across to score. 1 for the Dodgers on the solo home run. Through 5.5, it's now 2-0 L.A. Brendan Drury is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Brandon Drury.
Now a ball hit hard toward first. And this is past Adrian down the line, a fair ball.
Oh, that's just a nice play out there in the corner. You know, with most guys, this is a sure double. He might even have hit this ball a little too hard because they can get it back into the infield quickly, and that's going to hold them to just a single.
A.J. Pollock will step in now, representing the potential tying run.
And keep in mind, he is the team leader in home runs, so if anyone's got a shot of getting one out of here, it's him.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Utley's up with it. One there. Back to Adrian, and it's a double play.
Up next for the Diamondbacks.
Boy, that's the great thing about having a good sinker, and it seems like a lot of times, even when guys do get a hit off of you, the next guy's going to come up and ground into a double play anyway. We've seen it before, and that's exactly what happens here.
Gene Segura standing in. As he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being overconfident, though. A bloop and a blast could still turn this game on its ear.
Hit on the ground to short. To his left, Seager. Throw will go to Adrian at first, and with it, the side is retired. D-backs are down on 4 pitches. They trail things here 2-0. Welcome back to Chase Field here in Phoenix. The men in blue leading in this one as we get set to begin the 7th. But before we do, let's check out the game summary to this point. Josh Colmenter is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Number 55, Josh Colmenter.
Chase Utley will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1.
Yeah, nice to get that call right out of the bullpen.
Now a big looping curveball in there for strike 2.
And when he's finding the inside corner with that curveball, oh, he can be tough. That's a hard pitch to hang in there on.
Action now in the Arizona bullpen as they have a right-hander up and throwing. Just got a piece up the line. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Yeah, not a real good job of pitch recognition there. I mean, this ball was going to be in on his hands to begin with. I don't know quite what he saw that made him want to swing at that thing, but it just completely locked him up there.
Here's Corey Seager. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Comenter sets his sights. Here's the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Ouch. That's a rough night at the ballpark here. 3rd strikeout. One thing you can't do, though, you can't go into that dugout hanging your head. You got to think, hey, it's over. I'll get another shot to redeem myself. Whether that's tonight or sometime in the future, that's the attitude you have to have.
Into the box, Justin Turner. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Drilled on the ground to short. Gosselin is there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Dodgers down in order, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Paul Goldschmidt, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
Squared that one up just a little late. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1.
Well, you know, if there's anybody in this lineup capable of getting a rally started, this is the guy right here.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching. This has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
David Peralta stands in. He'll try to improve in this at-bat after grounding into a fielder's choice his last time up. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Lifted the other way out to left center. And Kendrick squeezes it for out number 2.
And you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. It looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Jake Lamb will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Curveball looked at here for strike one.
This guy just continues to pound the strike zone. He's throwing a first pitch strike to 90% of the batters he's faced. Look how late we are into this ball game, and that's the difference for him.
On his way to pitch number 75. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Boy, I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in.
Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Bounce to first. Gonzalez is up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So 1, 2, 3 go the Diamondbacks. They're still down. It's 2-0. Adrian Gonzalez will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far, 0 for 3 to this point.
First baseman number 23.
That's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this game. Usually a major force in their offense.
Comenter into his motion. First pitch on its way. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
You know, doesn't it just seem like the cut fastballs are the pitches that destroy more bats than any other pitch? Here's another one right here. Running hard and in, and this bat doesn't stand a chance.
Yasmani Grandal will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. Here's the pitch. He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Chased a bad one there, 1-1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. To first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, left fielder.
Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Howie Kendrick stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit the other way out toward right field. Peralta moves over. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers, but they're on top 2-0. Wellington Castillo digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this lead off that bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Now the pitch. In need of a quick inning here, but he starts this one with a ball. It's 1-0. Well, the guy you see right there has been terrific. But will they let him work these final 2 innings?
Well, I think the pitch count is in his favor. Everybody pays a lot of attention to that. So barring a huge spike right here in the 8th, I don't see any reason why he can't get these final 6 outs.
2-0.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. Now, he's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And this will find its way into center field for a leadoff single.
One of the first times tonight that they've had their leadoff man on base. Now they've got to find a way to build on it if they want to get back in this thing.
Yasmani Tomas will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. In there, and it's 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Here's the 0-1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
And the way he's kept the ball around the plate so far, he deserves a few calls at this point in the game.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he punches out another one. Make it 9 for the ball game. Very brisk pace to the ball game thus far. 2-0 our score as you get a look there at the line score to this point in the contest. Phil Gosselin will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind it.
Fly ball out toward left center field. Walters is in pursuit. 2 down.
Yeah, it looked like this might be much more off the bat, but this ballpark has really played large tonight. And, you know, we've seen a few balls right now really get knocked down out there.
Chris Owings will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 16, Chris Owings.
Ground ball left side. Gloved by Turner. He'll send it the short way to Utley at second, and that's that. Can't ask for much more than this. 8 shutout innings thus far. 9th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Dominic Leone come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th.
Leone.
Striding in to start the 9th, Yasiel Puig, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Too high. 1-2. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. One and two, here it comes. Now a flare out toward right center. And there's a base hit, and this could wind up as an important insurance strike here as the leadoff man's aboard to start the ninth.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going now. That's his third hit in 4 trips, all of them singles. And he's been a tough out all game long.
Zach Walters will stand in here. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice to this point. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Puig off for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw in time as he just gets the tag down.
You know, with just the slim lead that they have right now, this is still anybody's game. So you hate to give away base runners in situations like this. Now, if it's your elite base stealer, go ahead, let him fly. But right here, this is a tough out for me to give away.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And a swing and a miss here, and the first 2 are dispatched to begin the ninth.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Stepping in now, Brandon McCarthy as he gets under the first pitch and sends a fly ball out toward right field. Peralta is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. Nothing more in the Dodger ninth. Last chance coming up now for Arizona. They trail 2-0. A.J. Pollock will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
Center fielder.
Yeah, whatever they've done for the first 3 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far. So, quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
And now pitch on the way. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. Hit hard back up the middle, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Gene Segura will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Well struck, but foul over by the coaching box. A runner at first with no outs here. And a curveball. This one clocked at 78, and it's 0-2.
Oh, man, he must have been looking for something else. That was a curveball that had "hit me" written all over it, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Looking for his 10th strikeout. Scorched to third. Turner's got it. Utley for one. And that will send some folks to the exits, I'm sure. It's a double play, and they're down to their final out now.
And that may have sealed their fate right there. You get the leadoff man on here in the ninth, but then it's a big double play right here, and it's like all the energy just got sucked right out of this ballpark.
Paul Goldschmidt will stand in now as their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth.
Yeah, just one final hurdle here before he finishes off the shutout.
And a bouncing ball, foul. Two out, nobody on. Line towards center field, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
David Peralta will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all-or-nothing type hitters. But, hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
McCarthy comes set. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
But now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
Chopped weakly to the left. Turner barehands it. Not in time.
Oh, man, that would have been awesome.
Despite an outstanding effort, that's a base hit, and the potential tying run will step in at the plate. Michael Bourne will come on now and pinch run here.
Number 1, Michael Bourne.
Jake Lamb will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Swing and a miss on the sinker, 0-1.
He's living on the edge with some of these pitches here. Now, he gets that one by him, but he might not get away with that a second time.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And this will be a called strike 2. In trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
Boy, things are going from bad to worse so far. He's looking completely lost up there.
Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to first is going to be in time for the final out, and the Dodgers run their winning streak to 5 in a row now as this ball game is over.
Well, we've talked about it all throughout this game. He was completely in charge essentially from pitch 1. And now he finishes off a masterful performance here, getting the complete game shutout.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. And guys, you can't win if you can't score, so there's probably not a whole lot of debate about who'll take home Topps Player of the Game honors in this one.
Yeah, definitely no debate as far as I'm concerned. He was really in complete control the whole way through. Only really got into trouble a few times, and he winds up with a complete game shutout.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 2-0. Good night from Phoenix.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Diamondbacks, no runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. The winning pitcher is Brandon McCarthy. His record is now 3-0. The loss goes to Patrick Corbin. He falls to 10-5. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 29 minutes. A reminder that post-game Valley Metro is available in Copper's